Oh, Jesus Christ, that's close. This is the best thing I think I've ever made. It puts the heebie-jeebies up me, I'm not gonna lie. Come on. Honestly, it's all hands on deck. Now, we all knew this day was coming, but when it gets here, it's daunting because we have most certainly got quite a big job on. But first, I've got to find somewhere to drop the silage grab off the tractor. I'm going to try and drop it on top of this hay. You can't drop stuff on the floor because the Mapbro backplate for this loader, the adapter plate, is taller than the brackets. Now, if this spike doesn't give away what's coming next, I honestly don't know what will. Because we had real good plans for straw. We kind of had it all sussed. It was going to be busy, but we didn't think it'd be quite this busy. Now, in the comments, I get so many people who just say to me, what are you going to do about straw? Listen, we're in a big arable area around here. I ain't too worried about straw. Now, we are fortunate to have some very accommodating next door neighbours. And we bought straw off this farm for years, just years. Now, they own the farm next door, which borders us on 3 sides, which is very convenient. And usually we'd buy all the straw off of that. Now, that's a total of about 300 acres-ish. Now, usually that would be enough, but they've had a similar sort of problem to us. They drilled the whole farm with wheat, I think, or pretty much the whole farm with wheat, but it didn't all grow. But being the awesome people that they are, they offered us some straw at the other farm. But that's a bit of a trek away. So the original plan was that they would drop half the straw over away from home. We get that big square bale by a contractor and bring that back whilst they went and combined some straw for somebody else. Then they would come here, drop the straw here, we'd brown bale this before they then headed back and finished off away from home. But it didn't quite work out like that. So through a combination of crop brightness, my brother getting married, the weather and everything else, it's all ended up getting dropped at the same time, which is great news. So I'd got the trailers ready to go and move big squares from away back here, but now, because of the time of day, I'm gonna go move some round bales. So I put the rear raise back on the trailers so that the bales don't roll off the back. Now, fortunately for us, if I go through this gate here, you can see just there is a gateway onto their ground, so we can get to it real easy. So they are combining over the road over there somewhere. Dad is baling down by their farm buildings over there, and I'm going to take this straw off of just here. Now, the only plus side is, if it is a plus side, which it kind of isn't, is that there isn't actually that much straw. So it's not exactly overrun for bales, but that's just what you got to expect this year with the weather that we've had and everything else. It was never going to exactly be a bumper crop. So just grateful for what straw we have got. I tell you what though, it's bloody combines galore around here. There's one over there, there's one over there. I've just seen one go down the road. There's trailers just like whizzing around all over the place. It feels like harvest has come alive. Everyone's just come out at once. So I've got it all loaded up. I can take 14 on the back there, and I've got a couple on the front. Dad bales these a little bit bigger, so these are like a 4.5 foot rather than a 4 foot, which is what we normally do on silage. I think Dad said there's 65 in this field. Now for context, this field is 20 acres. Ordinarily, because these farmers here are bloody good farmers, when this is usually wheat, we would expect somewhere 180-ish bales off of this 20 acre field. So there's about a third as much straw this year as what there would normally be. That's how bad it has been. Now I have got the big guns out because I am not stacking straw with that tractor. Now I am by no means a straw stacking expert. This is most definitely Dad's forte, but I'll give it my best shot. decided to stack it down here kind of next to where the whole crop is, because this isn't particularly square. That hedge kind of comes in on an angle. You can't tell from the video, but it does. It gets narrow as it gets towards where I am. So it's not ideal for stacking any big squares here because the stack up would be weird. So we'll stack these instead. Okay, newfound respect for anyone who stacks bales, because that is not easy. I did these few the other day on my own. That's the first time I'd really stacked any straw bales. Started my own stack and everything, felt quite proud. Doing a big stack is a different kettle of fish. I'm almost embarrassed to show you this, but I think it's worth showing you just to show how hard it is. Look at this. Look at the gappiness. I can't get them closer, they won't stay. What is that about? Honestly, Dad's always done the stacking of the bales. I've always loaded in a field ever since I was like little, not that little, but little enough. Dad's always stacked in the heat. And yeah, that ain't easy. That is not easy. I'm just hoping he comes back from baling pretty soon so he can rectify that absolute hellhole that I've just created. It's time. We've had the nod. Contractors just got in touch. He got all of the straw baled, which is very lucky because he's done nothing but rain ever since he left the field. Now I'm just checking the trailer. Got the lights plugged in. Dad has re-rigged all these trailers with new lights. So we've got some new lights on the side, which are on. And we've put new LED lights on the back too, because we used to have the old original lights on here. Now these trailers are 1994s, I believe. And it just had normal lights, but the lenses are pretty knackered and the bulbs kept blowing. So we've put some LEDs on. Now you ain't gonna miss us. And put a flasher on there too. Look at that. Won't wanna be behind us for too long. Even treat ourselves to a load of new straps. Look at those beauties. Now I'm taking a few extras. Don't think I'm gonna quite need all of those, but I thought I'd best take an extra couple just in case I decide to use a few more. Now, as I mentioned, this straw is a bit of a trek away. And I've not made a trip yet, so I don't really know how long it's going to take to go there and back. I'm hoping to get 24 bales on this trailer, and I think there is 200 and something bales. Dad's got some errands to go and run, so he's going to go and do that now, whilst I head off and see how long this takes. Then when we've got all that figured out, we'll know how many loads we can do in a day, and tomorrow he might be able to join me. The only thing is though, he's still got some baling to do because it started raining before he got all the straw baled last night. So we've now got some wet straw to contend with as well. The joys. Right, we have arrived. It's kind of like two fields. There's this one strip here, there's a central track, and then there's another block over there. But they're really long, they go on for a hell of a long way. It's just one 75-acre field, which is mind-blowing to us. Our big field is 40 acres, so this is just huge. As I mentioned, I think we'll get 24 on here, because these are, what are they? They're not Hestons. Like they're 90 by 90, 120, 90 by 120s? 80 by 120s? Whatever, they're like 2 foot by 3 foot. No, that's not even right. 3 foot by 4 foot. That's the one. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I like to work in strips. So my plan is I'll work up this side of the track, and then that side of the track, which is wider, I'll perhaps do it in like 2 strips. I don't know why. It's just one of those things that makes me feel good. It took me about half an hour, maybe just a bit over half an hour to get here, but I did get caught in some traffic. So this ain't gonna be a quick job, but it is what it is, I guess. And that's pretty much why we big square bale this instead of round baling it, because we can move so much more straw in big squares than what we can in round bales. So when you got to cart it a long way, the less trips we can make, the better. Now, last time I checked, this trailer was 25 foot long. Now, I know it's been raining, but I don't think they shrink because these bales are supposed to be 8 foot long. Now, in my maths, that's like 8, 16, 24. But it overhangs by a foot. How's that bloody work? Now, I can still see the lights on fine, so I think we're all right. Now, I've got to dig my straps out, but I'm thinking like one over each bale and then crossing at the back and probably crossing at the front. My other thing I'm thinking about doing, and I'm not sure whether this is a good idea or not, I might stab my fork, my bale spike in there and then strap it in rather than have it on the front sticking out. I don't know if I'm confident enough to do that. If I knew I was coming back today, I'd just leave it here, but I'm not. Right, let's strap it anyway. Right, she's strapped up. Didn't need my extra straps after all, which is good news for next time. Now, I don't know if that's right, but it looks a mess, but I think it's safe. I've crossed the back corners. That's one coming that's crossed the other side. That's the one that's crossing that way. Done the same at the front, one over the top of each one. Crossed all over here, same at the back. Decided to keep the spike on the front because it wasn't too bad on the way here, and I don't want to come from my back window. According to the clock, I've been about an hour and a half since I left home. So a steady run back, it should be about 2 hours, which, yeah, that ain't too bad. Let's not forget to plug the lights in after Dad spent so much time doing them. And now for my next little dilemma. Which way do I turn? I came from that way. Originally, that was the way we said we were gonna go back. However, over there was a few low power lines, telephone wires, I'm not sure what they were, but it's making me feel a bit dodgy. If I go that way, I end up on the A5, which is not ideal, and there is low trees, which again, gonna be a problem. You know what, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go the way we said originally, because I can turn around in the village if I absolutely have to, and come back. This is the one for the sunroof, I think. I'm gonna need that open. Actually, I think these ones are all right. Must be another one around the corner. Oh, the sun's in my eyes as well. Is that all right? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's closed. She must be missing by less than a foot. But miss is a miss. A miss is a miss. We're all good. Right, let's go. Whew. Made it. Tell you what, I've never carted anything that high. Well, I have. I've carted round bales on their own, but they're not heavy. That high and that heavy, I've never carted anything like it. And it puts the heebie-jeebies up me, I'm not gonna lie. But we're here, we're safe. We're gonna stack that in the shed here. This is actually a cattle yard, but we've been stacking big squares in it for the last couple of years. We'll move that trailer out and we'll stack the wheat straw at this side. This is some straw we're using at the minute. But I have got the coolest thing to show you. This is the best thing I think I've ever made. What I've done is, let me show you. I've cut these two little studs of round bar and just rounded the ends off. And I got this bit of flat plate and welded them to it. And I've rounded the corners off the flat plate too, because no one wants that scratching into your hand. And then I've welded a bolt on the end that fits perfectly into the drill. Then what you do is you get your strap, find the end of your strap, because no one likes wrapping straps up. Just put the end of your strap through there like that. And then watch this. What a dream. Look at that. I'm unstoppable now. Honestly, when I did this first time, I didn't think it were gonna work. But it bloody does. It took me about 10 minutes to knock that up. And it's gonna save me hours. And there we go. All rolled up. Super easy, honestly. That is one of the best things I've ever made. So simple. Right, I'm gonna leave this trailer here. Dad's gonna unload this trailer whilst he waits for the straw to dry, and I'm gonna go and get another load. I tell you, I wish they were all that quick. Right, back to the yard. Back in the yard now. I'm gonna unload this into there. I've got another trailer full at the back. Dad's gone baling, and we've got about another probably 50 acres of straw down at the minute. It is 10 past 8 at night. So I'm going to unload these and then I'm going to take Dad off the baler because it is due to rain in the morning and we don't want wet straw again. It looks like it's going to be a late one, but hey, that's the fun of the job. That's all the straw stacked. The trailers are empty now, ready for a good start in the morning. Hopefully tomorrow, if we get this baling done, we can go with 2 tractors, which will make life a damn sight easier. I've just spoke to Dad. He says that he doesn't think he's going to be too late baling because there's not as much straw on there as what he thought there was going to be. So that's a good thing. He doesn't need me to take him some bits though, so we'll head up there now and drop him a couple of straps off. So Dad's nearly done baling. It is dark, it's getting late, and we've got a big day tomorrow moving straw. So I'm gonna go home, grab a brew, and go to bed. So on that note, have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. See you in a bit. Ta-da! Hey, if you haven't seen it already, why not check out this video, or you can subscribe by clicking on that logo. Alternatively, head to www.bodysfarm.com where you can read more about the farm, check out some blog posts, or treat yourself to some of the amazing clothing that we wear here every single day. Cheers.